In this video, we're going to talk about evaluating negative powers of I of complex numbers. Okay, so first of all, I would like to show you some rules that will be important when evaluating negative powers of I. So I itself is equal to square root of minus 1, and then I square equals to square root of minus 1. I'm squaring everything here, should be equal to minus 1. Okay, so if I have I cubed, this should be equal to I squared times I. Okay, so we do that I squared from here is still equal to minus 1 times I. Okay, so minus 1 times I is equal to minus I. And then we know that I to the power of 4 should be equal to I to the power of 2 times I to the power of 2, which is equal to minus 1 times minus 1. So this is equal to minus 1 times minus 1 is 1. Okay, so from here on out, these are the rules that we need to solve for negative powers of I. And there's also an important one. So if you have I squared I minus 1, so I minus 1 is equal to minus I. Okay, I to the power of minus I equals to minus I. This is from the logic, this whole thing is from the logic that say if you have I square, you have minus I minus 1. Okay, so if we were to divide both sides by I, okay, so if you divide both sides by I, you have I equals to minus I 1 over I minus 1 over I, not minus I. Okay, so this place, if you divide both sides by negative 1, okay, so this should be equal to negative I, okay, equal to 1 over j, 1 over I. Okay, so negative I can also be seen as I inverse of 1. So the logic is that if you have a negative power of I, it should be equal to minus I. Okay, so let's solve some problems for you to understand better. So let's take, for example, say we have I minus 2, okay, to the power of minus 2. Okay, so to solve this problem, you can also represent this as equal to I to the power of 2 and then minus 1 outside. Okay, so if you represent it like this, you can also say this is equal to I to the power of 2 is negative 1. Okay, so this is minus 1. Okay, so negative 1 minus 1, this simply means 1 over negative 1. Okay, so 1 over negative 1 is still equal to negative 1. So I to the power of 2 is equal to negative 1. Okay, so if we were to solve, say something like I to the power of minus 9, okay, so I to the power of minus 9 is equal to I to the power of 3, I to the power of 9, and then we have minus 1 outside. So I to the power of 9 can be broken down into simpler forms of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4. Okay, so we can break this down into equal to open bracket I to the power of 4 times I to the power of 4 times I, and then we have minus 1 here. So we know that I to the power of 4 is equal to 1, I to the power of 4 is still equal to 1, and then I is still here times itself. So we have negative 1 here. So this is equal to 1 times 1 times I. So this is equal to I to the power of minus 1. Okay, So I to the power of minus 1, from what we said before, is equal to negative I. Okay, so let's take another example. So say we have I to the power of minus 20. Now I'd like you to pause the video and try to solve this one out yourself. Okay, so like we did with the rest, we can break down minus 20 into simpler forms. So minus 20 can be broken down into 20, and then you have minus 1 outside the brackets, powering outside the brackets. So this is equal to I to the power of 4. So we know that 4 can go into 25 times, and then we also have an outer bracket of minus 1. So I to the power of 4 is, to evaluate the inner bracket, I to the power of 4 is 1, and that to the power of 5, and then minus 1. So I to the power of 5 is still 1 minus 1. So I to the power of minus 1 is equal to 1 over 1, which is equal to 1. Okay, so that's the logic. Most times when you are solving for negative powers, you pull out the minus 1 out of bracket it outside, pull out minus 1 power and bracket it outside like we did here, and then you simplify the inner bracket, and then you use the minus 1 to simplify it at the end. Okay, so if you understand this, and like this video, leave a thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and share with your friends. Thanks for